Hello there! I'm here again. So what I'll be doing here is now to teach you the song Pagkabighani. So we will be doing this also with a dance to facilitate you in your prayer. Okay. So now this is the background music on this live stream is the song Pagkabighani. Okay. Pagkabighani. So what does Pagkabighani means? Pagkabighani means getting attracted to. It's like a magnet getting attracted to a metal. Okay. So this is being compared to the love of a faithful to his God, to particularly Christ. Okay. Now, I'll show you first how I do this prayer with a dance. The title of the song is Pagkabighani, and then I will explain to you the lyrics stanza by stanza. Okay? So from Tagalog to English. So you will understand what this means. Now this is very timely for this Holy Week season, especially Good Friday, because in a while in the Philippines after 3 hours is already Good Friday. So this is a good reflection for Good Friday. So Pagkabighani. So this is the song Pagkabighani. And I hope that with this song, you'll be able to reflect your faith in Jesus. Sometimes I call this song as a song of a convert who was once a Christian and became an unbeliever and then come back again and as a Christian. So I'll explain to you lyrics by lyrics, okay? Stanza by stanza.
Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin.
Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. Which means, it's not the heaven that you promised me. Okay, now heaven in Christianity or is it's like a symbol of eternal life, a symbol of salvation. So this song, the first stanza is saying that it's not because of the promise of heaven, the promise of eternal life.
Ako nakit na kita'y mali.
Okay, so it was saying that hindi sa langit na ipinangako na ako'y naaakit upang ikaw ay mahalin. Which means, it's not the promise of eternal life that makes me follow you or fall in love with you. So, not the promise of eternal life. Now, the next stanza is this.
At hindi sa apoy kahit anong lagim.
At hindi sa apoy kahit anong lagim. So, apoy is again a symbolism of hell. So, the damnation, eternal damnation. And it's not the hell. This stanza is saying that not even the fear of hell, not even the fear of damnation, not even the fear of the horrific event that may happen after life, that he will be forced to worship. Because that's the next stanza.
Ako mapipili, inigang sambahin.
So see, the first stanza was saying that it's not the promise of a good life that he is getting attracted to, nor the fear that makes him attracted to. Okay, so because sometimes religion, we get attracted to a religion simply because of some certain promise that will happen to us, or because we fear something that we starts to worship. But what makes the composer of this song compose this? It's the next stanza that reveals what it is.
Nakita ko na ika'y mamalas, nakapako sa krus, hinahamak-hamak.
So, the composer was saying that naakit ako, which means I am attracted to what? Naakit ako sa aking namalas. Namalas means that I witnessed. And witness was what? It's a scenery, sa aking namalas sa isang taong pinako sa krus na hinahamak-hamak, which means that he witnessed this person who was crucified on the cross and was dejected by his people. Okay? But is it easier to get attracted to someone who is condemned like a criminal? Okay? Will you get attracted to someone who got imprisoned and then sentenced to death? Right? So there's a more story behind this. Okay? So the next line will reveal more.
Naakit ng iyong katawang may sugat, at nang tinanggap mong kamataya't libak, nakita ko ng iyong pag-ibig.
So that's the point. Naakit ako ng iyong pag-ibig. It's because in this dying, in accepting his faith, that he is showing to us the greatness of his love. So the story is not because of dying that that he can show us his love. But it's because of what he did that caused him to die. Okay? So the dying part is actually it might be the climax, okay? But the climax is the consequence of all the things that he did when he was doing his ministry. Like, he heals the sick, he forgave the sinners, he raised up the dead, he feeds the hunger. He was a an ally of the poor, of those who are rejected, of those who are marginalized. He distanced himself from the powerful and even condemned those who are in power. So, in a sense, that Jesus was a rebel. Jesus was this? He was a threat to his society during his time, and he cannot be coerced to do otherwise, to compromise power, or to compromise with those in power. So he chose to be on the side of the poor. He chose to be on the side of those who are weak. He chose to defend those who are powerless. In as much that this the consequence of this is for him to suffer. Not only that, it's because when he says that he's not saying that he is the king of the Jews, but the Pharisees used this in order for Pilate to be able to condemn him to death, because that means that he is challenging the rule of the Caesar. Okay, so that to them is an insurrection. So it's because of that that conflict, the political conflict, that Jesus was condemned to death. But that was actually a political plot so that the religious power of that time will be able to topple him. But now, Jesus was relentless on his love for his people, that he never compromised. And so, because of that, the consequence is death. He did not just offered himself to die. No, it was a consequences that he has to take.
Kaya't mahal kita.
So he did not just died on the cross. Jesus was murdered and put to death on the cross. Okay, and it is because of his witnessing to the love of the Father for us, and for our sake he died. And so this song is telling something about that. Okay, now I will show you the meaning of my hand movements when doing this. Okay, there will be a lot of kumintang that I'm doing this. So the kumintang is moving your wrist from close to open. There is a similarity of the meaning of this with the Hawaiians, which means nothing, or so we will be doing that when we are saying that it's not like the first stanza. It's not the heaven, it's not the hell. Okay, so when I look up the above, that's heaven. When I look up at the bottom, it's the hell. Okay, so here, hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. So I'll show you. Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. Okay, so this is langit. Hindi sa langit mo pangako. So pangako, pangako means promise. So we put our two hands together. When we say akin, mine, akin is mine, we put our both hands to our chest. Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. Okay? So let's do that again. So we will be doing the kuminta.
Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin.
Ako'y naaakit.
Kita'y mahalin at hindi sa...
Okay. Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. You point your two hands to yourself. That you get attracted. So this is the attraction na bighani. Upang ikaw ay mahalin. Nabighani, so attracted to you. And then, mahalin is love, so to you, you show your hands the love by embracing yourself. So it's not the heavens, not the promise that was given to you, that you got attracted to love Jesus. So that's the meaning, okay? And then the next stanza, at hindi sa apoy. So sa apoy, you look down because at hindi sa apoy. At sa lagim is the horror. And then you do just like this. At hindi, it's not the hell, the fear of hell, or its horror that you will be forced to worship. So that's the second stanza, okay? So let's do from the beginning, and I will translate in English so that you will understand the meaning of the song. Maybe I'll use this as a background and I'll just sing. It's not the promise of heaven that I get attracted to love you. And it's not the hell, even how horrifying it is, that I can be forced to worship. So that's the meaning of the song. Okay, the next one. So naakit ako na ika'y mamalas. Naakit because naakit is like getting attracted. The most visible sign of getting attracted is through the visual, right? So that's why we put our hands, both hands, on our eyes, and then moving it up, because in our visual that God is there, up there, so we move our hands up. Naakit ako'y ika'y mamalas. Nakapako sa krus. So nakapako sa krus means crucified. So we show our hands and point to the wounds in the hands to signify being crucified. And then you you extend your hands to show the crucified Jesus. Okay? To show the suffering Christ. Let's do it from the top, okay? And while me also doing the interpretation in English. It's not the promise of the heaven. It's not the promise of eternal life. Not the promise that I am attracted to love you. Not even the fear of hell or the horror that brings with it. Nothing of this will force me to worship. But I am attracted when you were crucified on the cross, rejected. And then naakit again, when you hear naakit, it's attracted. Katawang may sugat, it's the body that's full of wounds. You just move your hands like this. Naakit again. Okay, what's the meaning of that? Okay. So, ika'y mamalas. Nakapako sa krus. So, the crucified Christ. Then you do crucifixion. Naakit again, I am attracted. Katawang may sugat, which means a wounded body. And then iron is the death. You just move your hands like this. Naakit again. Naakit ako sa iyong pag-ibig. So that means I am attracted by your love. And so show your love by embracing. Naakit ako ng iyong pag-ibig. Let's do that again, okay? Hamak-hamak. Naakit ng iyong katawang may sugat.
Tinanggap mong kamatay at libag. Nakita ko ng iyong pag-ibig, kaya't mahal kita kahit walang langit, kahit walang apoy, sa'yo'y manginginig.
So what's the meaning of that? Kahit walang langit, even if there is no heaven. Kahit walang apoy, even if there is no hell. So heaven, you look up. Hell, you look down. Kahit walang langit, even there is no heaven. Kahit walang apoy, even if there is no hell. Ako'y maakit dahil sa iyong pagmamahal. So, I got attracted because of your love. And then, you show the love. Okay, let's do that again. Sugat. Sugat.
Tinanggap mong
why I love you.
Kahit walang
There is no
langit,
heaven,
kahit walang apoy, sa'yo'y manginginig.
Sa'yo'y manginginig, which means, well, there are two meaning of nginig. One is nginig is like trembling out of love. The other one is nginig when you are in love. You know, when you are in love, nginig, the tremble is not the same as the one trembling in fear. The best description for this is kilig instead of nginig. So when you are in love, you are kilig. And it has also the same intensity, the same emotions. But the other one, nginig, is more caused by fear. Kilig is caused by love. Okay, so here for me it's not just nginig but kilig. But the composer used nginig here to provide a moral dimension to this kilig. It's not just something that is earthly, but it also is spiritual. So just like the fear of God, the fear of God in another theology is interpreted as the awe of God. So some theologians don't want to use fear because fear invokes a different emotion. That's why here I would like to give more emphasis to the kilig instead of the nginig. So that because we are motivated not by fear but motivated by the love of God. That's why he says, the composer is saying that it's not because of fear that he gets attracted. It's not because of the promise of heavens that he gets attracted. He gets attracted because he fell in love with Jesus, because of the love that Jesus has shown him. Okay, so that's the point of this song. Okay, let us repeat this to understand the prayer from the start to this part of the song, because there is more something revealing that would make many Christians, many believers very uncomfortable. But for those who are just a simple believers, you will understand from the beginning up to this one. But the next one is a little bit problematic, which I will explain later. Okay, let's do this again. It's not the promise of the heaven that I am attracted to love you. Not even the fear of hell. However, it is horrific that I can be pressured to worship, but I am attracted to when I witness your crucifixion. I am attracted to the body full of wounds.
Tinanggap mong kamataya't libak,
mag-abala.
upang ibigin ka.
Huwag nang mag-abala dahil mahal kita upang ibigin ka. Don't worry because I love you.
Pag-asa'y wala lamang
Ang aking pag-asa, kung ang aking pag-asa ay bula lang pala. So, the hope here in this theology, this Christology, the study of Christ, I experienced this when I was studying Christology. What if, not only Christology, soteriology, and also eschatology, Christology is the study of who Jesus was, his. Soteriology is the study of salvation. Eschatology is the study of the end life. What if all of this is like a bubbles? That's what the next stanza is. Kung lahat ng ito'y bula lang pala. Bula, it's like a bubbles. And then after the bubbles, once it gets bigger, it's dispersed, it's gone, it's not real. What if Jesus is not really God? What if there is no really a life after death? What if there is nothing after this in this world? This is actually a question of many agnostics, especially Christians who have become agnostics and later on becomes atheists. But as I said before, this is a song of an atheist or an agnostics that got converted to Christianity, that got converted especially to Jesus, to Christ. Because this has happened particularly to me. Because there comes to a point that I don't believe anymore that there is life after death. I'm not sure if there is a life after here. But I know that even among the Jewish is that life and faith is the here and now. And the future is a promise, okay? But it is something that is giving us hope. But what if there is no hope? The next stanza tells something about this. Bula lamang pala, walang magbabago pagkat mahal pa rin kita. Because the emphasis now is the here and now. We are not living in the future. We are not living in the past. What is important is the now. Salvation is now. Christ is now. So, whatever happens in the future, that's the theology of hope. We are not sure what's in the future, but what is important is what is in the heart. So, the composer is saying that it's the Christ in our heart. That's what faith is, You cannot explain it because otherwise it isn't faith if you can prove it. But it just happened and then it affects you. That is faith. And so the believers of Christ believes in Him not because of the promise, but have seen in Him the love of Him who comforts the believer, who is always be the believer in times when he needs Him most. So that is my experience too. And so here I'll show you how I got attracted to Jesus and come back to him again. Okay? And the dance and the prayers and my contemplations has helped me to come back to him. And a lot of things I owe when I went back to the Philippines, because maybe because of the prayers and because of my family, the love that they showed me and the people around me and the encouragement. And so it's in them that I also find the love of Jesus. Okay? So I show you Pagkabighani. It's not the promise, it's not the fear that gets me attracted to him, but it is the love that I experience. Okay? So here it is, Pagkabighani.
Hindi sa langit mo pangako sa akin. Ako nakakit na kita'y maling at hindi sa apoy. Kahit anong lagim ako mapipili, inig ang sambahin. Nakakita ko na ika'y mamalas, nagkapako sa krus, hinahamak-hamak. Naakit ng iyong katawang may sugat, at nang tinanggap mong kamataya't libag, nakita ko ng iyong pag-ibig, kaya't mahal kita. Kahit walang langit, kahit walang apoy, sa'yo'y manginginig. Huwag nang magabala upang ibigin ka. Pagkat kung pag-asa'y wala lamang pala, walang mababago, mahal pa rin kita.
If you notice, there's a lot of kumintang in what I'm doing. So kumintang is an indigenous dance in the Philippines. Sometimes they call this bolitaw. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. Not bolitaw, it's balitaw. And so, have a blessed Good Friday to all of you.